Very Worshipful Grand Inspector, visiting past District Grand Lodge officers, worshipful masters, and past masters and brethren, we are taking part this evening in a memorable event in the history of Freemasonry in this island of Trinidad. Royal Philanthropic Lodge has completed the erection of the new building in which its members will for the future assemble to conduct its business. We are to assist in the ceremony of dedicating it in solemn form to the glory of the Most High. The ceremony of dedication is to be performed by our esteemed brother and fellow citizen, the Very Worshipful Brother Huggins, Grand Inspector of the English Lodges in Trinidad. He is well known to us. By his industry and ability, he has made for himself a position in the forefront of the commercial and agricultural life, not only of Trinidad but of the West Indies. His merit has been recognized by His Majesty the King, who has conferred on him the honor of an Officer of the Order of the British Empire. Very Worshipful Brother Huggins is no less distinguished in the craft. He is one of the oldest Masons in Trinidad speaking Masonically. He has maintained his connection with Freemasonry, unlike some of us who after obtaining office fade out of Masonic life. He has been always ready to help any worthy Masonic cause and is interested in the welfare of Masonry generally. His Masonic merit has been recognized by the Grand Lodge of England, which has conferred on him the highest Masonic Times honor possible in Trinidad, by appointing him to be Grand Inspector of the English Lodges in this colony. He has already done us the honor to lay the cornerstone of our new lodge, and this evening will complete his work by dedicating it to the Most High. This is not the first lodge built by Royal Philanthropic. The first lodge was built on the heights on the eastern side of this town, at the upper end of Prince Street on lands given by the government. The cornerstone was laid by one of the most popular administrators of this colony, His Excellency Lord Harris, so long ago as the year 1850. This building was unfortunately destroyed by fire in 1868 and never rebuilt. It was not insured and became a total loss to the brethren. Thereafter they held their meetings in other lodges by courtesy of their members, in rented buildings, and latterly in the Richmond Street Lodge acquired by purchase in 1894 and occupied until last year 1934. The resolution to erect a new building on another site was first moved in open lodge by Worshipful Brother Charles Farrell and agreed to on March 14, 1907. It has taken us 28 years to carry out the resolution then passed. Of the members belonging to the lodge when the resolution was passed, Worshipful Brothers Wynne, Rees and Harris and Brother Ragbeer are probably the only survivors today. It is a matter of the most profound gratification for us who are now members of the lodge to know that we have at last put into effect the resolution passed so long ago, and to have been able to erect an edifice so stately and superb, so worthy of the best traditions of the noble order to which we belong, and which no doubt will serve as a landmark, not only in this neighborhood, but also in the annals of Freemasonry in this colony. Credit is especially due to the architect Brother John Lechmere, Guppy and the members of the building committee, remembering particularly Worshipful Brother Agard for his zeal and unselfish devotion. To all of them we are sincerely grateful. Every member of the lodge will naturally feel proud of our achievement. And I have no doubt that we shall receive the hearty and sincere congratulations of our brethren of other lodges, because distinction gained by any branch of Freemasonry must of necessity cast its reflection over the whole body. Royal Philanthropic Lodge has played an important part in the history of Freemasonry in Trinidad. It is the oldest English lodge in the colony. It has held its charter for more than a century. It has sheltered within its fold many men eminent in civil as well as Masonic life: barristers, solicitors, doctors, ministers of religion, merchants, civil servants. 3 past mayors of Port of Spain have been among its members. Worshipful Brother Daniel Hart, for 7 years in succession Worshipful Master of this lodge, was also the first Provincial Grand Master of Trinidad, Grenada, St. Vincent, to which was afterwards added St. Thomas. He also served as Worshipful Master of our daughter Lodge Royal Prince of Wales. Members of Royal Philanthropic Lodge have assisted in founding Lodge Eastern Star and Lodge Roslin, which are still flourishing, besides other lodges now defunct. It will be seen therefore that this lodge has always been forward in the spread of Freemasonry. If those old members could be here tonight they would rejoice with us. They are but dim figures of a distant past. There are others of more recent times whose memories are still fragrant among us. A few of us remember with affection worshipful brothers Hales, Blash Wilson, Charles Farrell, Cameron Lionel Robert Lynch. They have preceded us to the Grand Lodge above. They are no longer with us. We miss them. We wish they could be with us. Alas. We can only re-echo the words of the poet Tennyson, and oh, for the touch of a vanished hand, and the sound of a voice that is still. There is this to be said to their credit, that they chose wisely in their admissions to the ranks of Freemason. The torch has been handed on to worthy successors times who have given proof of their worthiness, by the steady increase in the membership of the lodge, the spirit of peace and brotherly love that exists among us, the respect in which I believe we are held by other lodges, and last but not least the erection of this building, a visible expression of the value of Freemasonry. There is something about Freemasonry which can best be appreciated only from inside. It is the spirit of brotherhood. Recently I came across these lines which must have been written by a Mason. No one could tell me where my soul might be. I searched for God, but God eluded me. I sought my brother out and found all three. We are members of a great fraternity, and we are taking part in a great work in the world. The spread of Freemasonry has been phenomenal. From the three Grand Lodges of England, Ireland, and Scotland directly or indirectly have originated all the other lodges and Grand Lodges throughout both hemispheres, so that modern Freemasonry, through that illustrious trio, has descended from operative and speculative ancestors, whose forebears were cathedral builders and Freemasons, and is established on a Christian basis peculiar to the British people. The new Grand Lodges being constituted on a cosmopolitan foundation soon became popular and spread rapidly in the mother country and abroad, but chiefly among Anglo-Saxon and Teutonic races. Kings, royal princes, members of the nobility, men eminent in every walk of life have not disdained to enter its ranks and wear its badge. They have aprons put on and made themselves one with free and accepted Masons. There is no part of the far-flung British Empire without its Masonic lodge. The number of Masonic lodges in the United States and other parts of North and South America has increased by leaps and bounds since the first Masonic lodge was founded in Philadelphia in the year 1730. Masonry, therefore, is worldwide. As members of the craft, we share the responsibility for its expansion, and expand it must. It must go on from strength to strength because it is founded on the eternal principles of brotherly love, relief, and truth. The presence of so many brethren here this evening of different races and Masonic constitutions not only adds distinction to our ceremony, but raises the questions to the influence of Freemasonry in the present day and in the future. If I may be permitted to trespass on the forbidden ground of politics, and I do so with no thought of giving offense and simply for purposes of comparison, I would say that the tendency of the new democracy is to set class against class. It has in itself the seeds of failure, because a house divided against itself cannot stand. Freemasonry, on the contrary, aims at uniting all in the bonds of brotherly love and affection. That is the spirit in which we live and work. That is the spirit which must ultimately prevail if we are working for the improvement of humanity. The great fraternity to which we belong is no passing feature of the moment. It will endure. It has a great mission to perform in the world, to keep alive and to spread abroad the spirit of brotherhood. That is our duty. And if we live up to that conception of our duty, we shall make our mark in history. It will be recorded of the craft by historians that it has not been merely a landmark but a bulwark of the civilization of the future and one of its most uplifting, vitalizing, and stabilizing influences.